Okay, so now that we have our product description and specification info, we can now proceed and finalize our new product upload template. So for us to do this, first we will identify which particular brand we would like to work on. Let's focus on this particular brand, Mandris. So we have the logo or the link for the logo, the first description or the product description, and a little bit on basically this description column will go to the first paragraph, which I will show you later, and then the specification this one will go to the second paragraph. We may or may not need to update the names of these columns later. But for now, let's focus on the logo. So again, the brand is Mandris. So what we need to do is to go to our Google Drive folder. Here is our Google folder. Give me one sec. So on our Google Drive folder, we need to go and find, I believe that's under Dually Wheel. And then we go to Process, Product Information, and we will look for the brand Mandris. So let's launch that. As you can see, this is actually good to go. Like we can start uploading this on the website or on Shopify. But the problem with this is it does not contain the right information. If you've noticed, it still talks about American force has been developing, advancing, and setting trends. So that's not the right paragraph on this particular file or this template. So we need to go back on our description and specification Excel sheet and copy this description. But before we do the description or update the description, let's update the logo first. So let's update the logo. So we need to go to the second tab, which is in this case, it's named step 1. And as you can see, if you select column F, you will have 820 SKUs for Mandris. Going back to your product database, the main product database for Mandris, let's see, Mandris MM 819. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, that's correct. 820 because it's counting the label. So 819 total. So that's good. So on the step 1 tab, we probably should name that differently. We need to go to the column. As you can see, if you go to compatibility, this is just more on a formula, but this is basically what will be added on. So this data on column D for the actual data feed is coming from the column AH. So what we did there was we created a VLOOKUP. So what we said is, hey, Excel, look for the value of B2. B2 is the SKU number. And look for that value from the tab step 1 from column F to column AH. So what we did is we created a VLOOKUP from column F all the way to AH. And AH is the 29th column from F. So if you will count F all the way to AH is the 29th column. That's why we basically indicated that, okay, So VLOOKUP, look for the SKU number from the tab named Step 1 from column F all the way to AH. And if you find it, return the value on AH. In this case, it's the HTML code, which goes to column D. And this later on will be added to Shopify when we do the import. So going back, let's get the logo. So let's copy that, and then let's go back to step 1 and look for a field which is named logo. There you go. And then as you can see, this logo still shows as American Force. See how it still says an American Force logo? If I copy that, it will give me an American Force logo. Let's give that a try. Let's do that again. There we go. So it's still the American Force logo. Let's change that. There. Okay. So we are done with the logo. Next, we update the paragraph 1 or first paragraph. So let's copy the first paragraph. And notice how the first paragraph is in between the HTML tags, the P tags. This indicates that this will be treated as a paragraph. So we'll just put this as one paragraph just to make our life simple. That's that, and that should be good. So if you will notice, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 are basically exactly the same, or maybe not. Let's see. No, they're not the same. So paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So paragraph 1 talks about the brand. Paragraph 2 talks about the specific specific, what's the word for it? The specific SKU, because it talks about the configuration and the features of the product. Let's take a look at this. So this one is referencing to AL3, which is this one. So let's take a look at AL3. Now, if you will look at this, AL3 is just referencing to a bunch of other cells, which basically these are these cells. So let's inspect them one by one. So first, this column is just saying P tag and then this one is referencing to let's see, gloss gunmetal W with mirror cut face. So this is pointing to V3. Let's take a look at V3. V3 is actually the finish information of the product. So let's label this finish, and then, so if you will read that, it will say the gloss gunmetal with cut face finish of these. As you can see, this one says finish of these American Force. It's not an American Force, so we want to get rid of that and replace it with whatever value they have here for the brand. As you can see, the data for the brand is right here. It's on J3. So what we will do is we will perform a function on Excel, which is It's called it's a string concatenation, which means you will combine a string with a variable. So you can do that by entering equal sign. And then if you've noticed before the equal sign and the letter F, there's a space. You need to keep that space to make sure that we have proper spacing later on. So if you want to reference to a text, you need to enclose it as within double quotes. So because you want finish on these space to be treated as a text, you need to enclose the space finish on these space string into double quotes. And then what we will do is we will get rid of the American force because we want it to be dynamic as opposed to just a static character. We want it to be dynamic, all right? And then insert, put a, so this is the ampersand. It actually allows you to concatenate a string to another string. So the words finish on these are strings, and the ampersand is a concatenation symbol, which will allow you to concatenate a string to another string or a string to a variable. In this case, we will concatenate to a variable which is J3. So a cell can be considered as a variable. So now we will type ampersand, and then you don't need a space there. You just type J3 and then enter. Notice now it says finish on these mandrels. And then wolf, let's just put this as uh, finish and brand, finish and brand, finish and brand. Okay. And then the next one is AP and it says wolf. What is wolf? It's on AF3, which basically points to AF3. That's actually the model name. So let's name that column as model name. So that's good. And then AQ is, let's see what this is. Wheels, which will make your ride stand out. This set of wheels is, okay. So that's just text. And then, let's see. Uh, Okay, there's a space there. That space is very important. And then 2 for x by 10, that's coming from column x3. X3 is the size, so let's name that column as size so we don't get confused. Size. And then this is just another text, so let's name it text. And then it says with, let's make sure there's a space there. Okay, perfect. There's space in that one. And then next, again, it says, so basically it says, finish of the Mandrus Wolf wheels will make your ride stand out. This set of wheels is 24 by 10 with a 44 offset dot space the American force. But this is not American force, so it's the same thing as what we did on the finish and brand column. So we'll do exactly the same. We know that the brand information is on J3, but we want the words offset and then period space to be considered as a text. So how do we do that? We put space, enter or equal sign and then double quote, and then another end it with a double quote, string concatenation, and then we know that the brand information is on J3. J3. So now this will read as wheels will make your ride stand out. This set of wheels is 24 by 10 with a 44 offset. Mandress, so this one will say offset brand. And then next again, Wolf is the model name. Model name. As you can see, it's referencing to AF3. Wolf Wolf wheels come in, so that's just another text, come in 5 by 112. So 5 by 112, what is 5 by 112? So it's referencing to Y3. Y3 is bolt pattern. As you can see, it says bolt pattern on the label there. So we'll create here bolt pattern. Okay. So this says wheels comes in a 5 by 112, 5 by 112 design. Okay, let's put a space there. Design and will instantly upgrade the look of your vehicle. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, this is fine. So it will consistently change the look of your vehicle. Visit. So again, it says visit American Force Wheels to read more about American Force Wheels and see other versions. Other versions are available. Let's see, other versions available. Let's delete that. So in this case, we want to replace American Force to the URL of the brand that we're promoting at this point. What's the brand name? Mandris, and we need to get the link for Mandris. The link is right here, so we'll copy that and we'll paste it right here. There we go. Okay, that looks good. And then definitely this is not American Force. You need to change that to Mandris Wheels. I think we can do something here. Let's see. You know what? Let's just keep it like this for now, at least. To read more about Mandris wheels and see what other versions are available. And then finally, we have the image. See this image? Let's copy that and see how it looks like. That's how it looks like. So let's go ahead and get the image that we need for Mandris. This is the reason why you have this image column here, because we need it for the last part of the page. There we go. So let's get that and put it on our Excel sheet. So let's put it right here. Okay. Update me. I just named it as update me just so we know we have to update that. And then this one is just the brand. You don't need to update that because that's on a formula. This one is good. This one is good. This one is good. As you can see, these are not even labeled because these are just specification info. In here, we are fine because most of this information is a reference. So just for now, we will leave it like this. Eventually, we will go and update this template. Just make sure that this one is updated, and you should be okay. Okay. So let's take a look at this particular SKU. Let's pull it up from the back end. So from your home page on the back end of Dually Wheels, you go to products and then you search for that SKU. That's Mandris Wolf. Let's take a preview of this one. Let's see, preview right there. As you can see, we don't have that info and it still says $0 and sold out. So it means it doesn't have any inventory information. But if we look at here, let's see if this one has a price info already. Price. Okay, it has the price info. It's right there. And inventory count is 4. Okay, so we're good. Now let's take a look at this one. It says mandrus.com, images, mandrus logo, so that's good. That's perfect actually. And then there's German engineering, which is synonymous with cutting edge, so that's good. So if you will copy this and paste that directly here, so you need to go make sure that you are on HTML view. You know that you are on HTML view if you can see characters like this. So delete that and paste it. If you've noticed there's a double quote there, if you see that double quote, it means you made an error because this is how it will look like if there's a double quote on your code. We don't want that. So what you need to do is before you actually paste it, and again, you may have a better process than this, but for now, do it this way. If you have a better process, let me know. So create a different tab, right click, and then paste text. Now you copy that again and paste it here. Again, make sure you are on code editor. Delete everything and then paste. And then you will see, I guess we didn't copy it correctly. There we go. As you can see, there's no double quote on the beginning or the end of the table and on the beginning of the p tag. If you go back to front end view, it will show you this. And this one looks a lot better than how it was a while ago. So let's save this. And let's go ahead. Let's go to the front end. Go to duodewheels.com. And then search for it. Okay, it still says sold out because we haven't updated it yet. And let's take a look. That looks great. There's German engineering, which is synonymous with cutting edge car technology. There's also Mercedes engineering to consider. A step further, as any Mercedes driver knows, and you will be spoiled for anything less. Mandrus places a premium on Mercedes-Benz quality. With each new light alloy aftermarket Mercedes wheels we introduce, we feel we must uh, reach or exceed this level. Mercedes owners are known for their obstinacy that excites us. That excites us because it motivates us to do our best. Because we only create wheels for Mercedes-Benz cars, vans, SUVs. We've spent years refining our engineering and manufacturing process to ensure that uh, Mandrus aftermarket wheels you install on your Mercedes are on obvious advanced both systems. Blah, 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 blah. With the gloss gun metal with mirror cut finish on these Mandrus Wolf. Oops, you see that? It means on one of our brands we did not leave a space. So let's go fix that. Let's go fix that. Let's see. Brand. Okay. I think this is it. Let's take a look at the front end. The gloss camel of on these Mandrus Wolf wheels. On these Mandrus Wolf wheels. Okay. That's where we had that issue. So we'll create or add, we'll concatenate, that's the word, a space. Enter. Now let's copy this text again. So we go back to, again, this is our actual data feed, new product data feed. Copy this and then paste it here, right click, paste, and then copy it. X. Then go back to the back end, go to HTML view, delete everything here, paste, We're good. Save it and refresh this. And we did not fix it. Why not? Oh, it's still loading. Give it time. There we go. See how that's fixed now? Mandris Wolf wheels will make it stand out. This set of wheels, this set of wheels is 24 by 10 with a 44 offset. And then we have the same thing here, Mandris Wolf without space. So let's go ahead and fix that. Let's go look for the offset. Offset. Let's go look for the offset. Offset here. So the error is a spacing between Mandris and Wolf. And again, we have Mandris and Wolf right there. Same thing. We'll just add a string concatenation ampersand, and then put some space there, enter, and go back and copy this. Right click, paste special, copy that. If you've noticed everything, this is very tedious and it's all copy pasting. But this, trust me, this is a lot better than manually adding this one by one. And then we'll paste this. We're probably looking at least 500,000 SKUs. So this is the lesser evil. Paste and then save, then refresh, and there you have it. Now there's a space in between. There's also an error here. We need a space there. Let's take a look at the entire paragraph and see if there's something else we need to fix. I think that's all we need to fix. So let's go to 5 by 112. That is uh, uh, the bolt pattern. So let's go look for the bolt pattern. So the issue here is between this and that. So again, let's convert this into a string. Or you know what? We don't really need to do that in this case because it's all just text. So let's just put a space there, and that should fix the problem. Copy, right click, paste, and then copy again. Cut everything, put it on the back end. And again, we're just doing this right now because we're making sure we want to do it right the first time. And now it looks good. So let's take a look. Now it's saved. Go refresh. And perfect. So now you know that your template is working exactly as you want it. And if you go on specification, you have Mandris, the model wolf, and the part number. Is the part number correct? Yep, it is correct. And then the proper coloring, backspacing, we'll get that configuration later. For now, this is fine. As you can see, there's a lot of TBD or to be disclosed here, or to be determined. We'll take care of that later. For now, we want to have this information uploaded. So that's it. Perfect. We're almost done here. So let's go back to our Mandris. Now, do we have to manually do that? No. We basically created the formula here, and all we have to do is to basically go back here and go all the way to, let's make sure we're in the topmost SKU. This is the first SKU, as you can see, this one. Uh-huh. Alrighty. And then paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Let's make sure everything is highlighted from H column all the way to the end. And then all you have to do here really is double click on this corner, and there you have it. If you scroll all the way down just to make sure that everything was copied, I'll select the last one and scroll, press Shift Control on your keyboard and press the up button. It will select everything. Now the count shows 820. We have one header row, so -1. That's 819. So it means we updated all of the SKUs. So now you can go ahead and save this file. Just save it as Make sure it's saved as an Excel workbook and save it under process product info and just save it on this folder. So save that. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Now, after you save that, you now need to save let's give it some time. There we go. We now need to save the actual CSV file that we will upload on Shopify. To do that, make sure that you select Mandrus or uh, the third uh, the third tab, and also make sure that all the file here or all the SKU actually were updated. So as you can see, all of them have their info here. And let's take a look if everything's filled up all the way to the back. Yes, everything is good all the way there. Just to make sure, let's take a look at this. Is it talking about Mandris? Yes. Mandris, Mandris, Mandris. Yep, we're good to go. So from here, you can save this as a CSV file. When we are importing products, or like when we do a bulk import of products in Shopify, we need to save it on CSV. So you go to File, Save As, and then you go to Import, and then change the file type to CSV or comma delimited, and then click on save. And then since it's already existing there, we'll just replace that, save yes. It's saying does not support multiple sheets. That is fine. Click OK, and then just say yes. Then we should be good to go. Now you can close this and just click save. Doesn't matter. And we're good. So that is how we update the new product feed template. On our next video, we will do the importing, or we will show you how to import it on Shopify.